How's it going, guys? So the other day I saw an Xbox trailer that was it looked pretty cool. The intro, whenever I saw it, I was like, wow, this kind of looks Halo-y. So of course I was interested because I love everything Halo. But then I was immediately turned off by it because of, well, the main character is a woman. And I'm not saying that I hate women in video games or anything like that, but the fact that that's being promoted so heavily now is just cringy to me. It makes me cringe whenever I see it. So this is the game. The game is called Recore. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get a copyright strike or copyright claim. But this is towards the beginning where you're panned out from the actual character, and you can't tell whether it's a man or a woman, and you don't really give a shit at this point. If you like video games, you're kind of like, oh, this is cool. This is a new game, and you're waiting, and all of a sudden it's close up, and it's a chick, and you're like, oh my god. But later on, I did actually watch it. I think another, or no, it was probably this trailer, and I actually ended this trailer. I didn't watch it all the way because it was so cringy. But I watched it again the other day to do some research on this, and I do actually like the. I'm not gonna give away spoilers of what the game is, but I like the plot. Let's just go with that. I like the plot of this new game. But again, like I said, I was immediately turned off, and because I found it cringy, and just immediately clicked out, which has happened a lot lately with ads. I mean, there's a lot of different ads I've been seeing, especially with games. When I see these games come out and the lead is not a horrible white male, I just get this image in my head of like a feminist spanking the game creator. Like she's in all leather standing over the creator with her heel like dug in his asshole. And he's got like FurryCuffs chaining him to the floor, and he's begging her to take the 6-inch heel out of his asshole, and her reply is, change the white male to a tranny, or change the white male to something. And the creator's like, well, that'll ruin the whole concept, like it won't work that way. And then she cuts him off by jamming her heel even further into his ass and says, well, then make the character a black woman. And then of course, the creator has tears in his eyes now, and he responds, "Well, I can't make the main character a black woman because it's an alien from a race of blue humanoids." And the FemDom screams in anger, and she jams her heel all the way in the dude's ass, saying, "Well, then make her a blue woman." And even though the character is a blue alien from a species with only males, and it'll ruin the entire plot, the creator does what the FemDom wants, because he wants to get that heel out of his ass. Up till now, of course, I've been talking about pressuring the creator, feminists pressuring the creator into changing their creations to fit the feminist narrative, or feminist need, I guess you could say. And now I'm going to talk about pandering. And there's some ads that I've been seeing on YouTube where there's like a Muslim woman walking down the hallway rapping, and then there's the little Asian kid who's dancing to the music. And that is YouTube. I think that is actually YouTube's music service, and they are pandering so hard. And I just don't understand the need to push this down our throats. The pandering is so obvious, it's cringy. Like I said earlier, it's cringy. It makes you want to cringe. You just get like that, ugh. And I actually, when I was writing this yesterday, I heard a cell phone provider on the radio, and the narrator spoke English half the time, and the other time he spoke Spanish. It was like him talking to his sister, who they were speaking English to each other, and then his mom came in and she couldn't speak English, and he like spoke Spanish to her. And so I couldn't understand half the ad, even though I like Spanish. I really do want to learn Spanish. I've always liked Spanish. And I know a lot of people don't, but I do. Yeah, but I still couldn't understand the ad, which normally a few years ago I wouldn't have even noticed this shit or cared about it. But now that I'm being forced to accept something that doesn't need to be forced upon me, I'm bothered by it. I take notice because it's unnecessary propaganda. The minority ads are being pushed to appeal crybullies. Well, appeal to crybullies. It's to appease the crybullies, really. Let me show you, crybullies, how life really works. There's a movie called Miss Sloane that comes out soon. The lead character is a woman, obviously, as you can see by the video. In the trailer, she says this: Lobbying is about foresight, about anticipating your opponent's moves and devising countermeasures. I was hired to win, and I will use every resource I have. The winner plots one step ahead of the opposition. It's about making sure you surprise them, and they don't surprise you. Now, that's pretty fucking badass. And I don't give a shit whether you're a man, woman, whatever, dog. If you can, if you can be that intelligent in your moves. I mean, think about chess. You always have to be steps ahead of your opponent to win. And I love chess. So I find this amazing. Whether it came out, whoever's mouth it came out of, it would still be awesome to me. And the things that I'm addressing in this video are what pissed me off is if this wasn't a woman, feminists would not want to see this movie. They would think it was crap. If this was a Mexican man speaking Spanish half the time, I would still go see it. Even though, like I said in that ad earlier, it was cringy. Yeah, it's cringy, but that doesn't mean I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it, I guess, since it was on the radio. God, I'm an idiot. Anyway, back to Miss Sloane. Miss Sloane's character is a badass, and she has some intelligent, amazing qualities. These are all qualities I can relate to. I don't see the lead as being a woman and go, gosh darn it, well, can't relate because she's got a vagina and I got a penis. No, I say, oh cool, there's this chick character in this movie that I have things in common with, or at least I believe I have things in common with, and I think it's cool and I want to go see this movie. That's how life works. Instead of bitching, complaining, or even boycotting the movie, I say, wow, cool, I can relate even though it's a woman. So crybabies, please learn this lesson. Please learn how to be normal like the rest of us. And please grow the fuck up. That is all.